What's up, guys? This is Omega Liar, and I am bringing you the first episode of a series I'm going to be calling ONLYPistolWhip. Basically, in this series, all I do is use a pistol, knife, and tomahawk. Pretty straightforward, but in this gameplay, I'm using the CZ-silenced best suppressed pistol in the game. There's no question about that. It has the highest capacity, and all the pistols are the same except for the ASP and Python, but when it comes to the ones that can be suppressed, this is your best option for when it comes to stealth. Now, my perk setup, as I put in that note before, is Ghost Pro, which, if you've noticed in my other gameplays, I don't use a lot, and in general, I really don't use it a lot, because I found that the way I play, which is sort of similar to someone like Wings of Redemption, I sit back, I do a lot of long-range engagements. It's one of the reasons why I use the light machine guns. But if it does come to the point where I'm doing close-range engagements, I'd rather Scavenger, because generally then I'll be using a rapid-fire submachine gun, and you just run out of ammo so quickly. So that's my basis for using Scavenger, but if you're going to be running around knifing and using a silenced pistol, you definitely want an element of surprise, because a pistol, the ammo is not really a huge deal, because you get enough to get a few kills, but I'm also primarily knifing. So that's basically the idea behind using Ghost. Now I'm also using Steady Aim because I do try and get a lot of kills, and the pistols already, as it is, have the fastest recovery after sprinting. Steady Aim just doubles this and makes you even more likely to get the first shot off, and if you're using a pistol, that is so essential to getting a kill. My last perk is Marathon. That's just so I can keep running around. It's sort of a motivation to keep running around because I know I'm never going to have to stop. And getting that perk was annoying as it is, so I enjoy using it. But that's basically what the gameplay is, and most of the episodes that are going to go in the series are going to have similar perk setups, unless I'm using like an M1911, in which case Scavenger will be pretty much definite. But other than that, there's a few things that I just want to talk about in this commentary. The first thing is basically just the reason why I haven't been posting so much lately, and I'm sure as most of you know, finals have been coming along around this time, as well as SAT2s, and for some of you who might be a little bit older, SATs. And I've been doing a lot of studying for that, and my mom has actually taken away my Xbox, so I haven't even been able to play to get you gameplays, but I promise as soon as I get that back, I'm gonna go out and get you the most ridiculous gameplays you can think of, being mainly with secondary weapons, because you almost never see gameplays with secondary weapons. I've actually always sort of enjoyed the idea of being able to have a pistol. I think, not in a legitimate aspect, but in a sort of mindset aspect, they're like the most pro. When you think of a lot of movies, like James Bond, he always had that M1911 and whatnot. But I always like pistols. I think they're cool, especially in video games. So I'm gonna be definitely going around to try and get you gameplays with those. But another thing I wanted to talk about, other than finals and whatnot, is basically what I'm gonna do after that, because I mean, as of right now, I don't have my Xbox available, so I can't go for games like that. But I can do stuff on the computer, and I like Minecraft or other first-person shooters that I play. One mainly being Urban Terror, and there's no chance you've heard of that, but it's a fun, free first-person shooter for the Mac. It might be for Windows as well, but I'm not sure. And that's a game that I have a lot of fun with. It's balanced. It's got fast gameplay, and it's just really fun in general, especially for a free game. And it's interesting how a game like that does it so right, and yet big companies like Infinity Ward and Treyarch, who have all of this money and power, can't develop a game quite right. And I know some of you are like, oh, well, Modern Warfare 2 is a great game, and I personally think Black Ops is a great game, but it's undeniable certain things that they just do wrong. Whether it be one-man army noob tubes, lack of patching and support for the games, or taking out certain aspects of the game that keep the game flow fast, as well as balancing out certain weapons, because obviously in this game you have the clearly dominant 74U and FAMAS. And they're not dominant to the point where other guns are unusable, but they're just better in most situations. So that's one thing that it's interesting how they haven't been able to fix it. But in a game like Urban Terror, which once again you definitely don't know much about, the game it's so balanced. There's nothing that sticks out. Even the pistols are usable against the primary weapons. But that's something I might post. And another thing I'm definitely gonna post is Minecraft, because in my Survivor world, I went from basically survival to thriving and building stuff from pixel art to buildings, and I have a lot of fun with that game. I think it's just a really relaxing game to play. It's a lot of fun to build stuff and see your creation sort of come to life in your own personal world. It's kind of like The Sims, but you have more freedom. And I've always enjoyed playing games like that. I think sandbox games are great. Especially with the capability of Minecraft to do literally whatever you want. So I might get to posting something like that. But also, a lot of new games will be coming out, and I'll be getting new gameplay from that too. I'm gonna make sure this channel isn't at least has some continuity with other games and whatnot. But that's gonna be what's coming in the future. As of right now, I'm posting Black Ops. It's what I do. And I also been working on putting out more high-effort videos. Recently, I had a short little conversation with Wings of Redemption. He sort of misunderstood a message I sent him. But basically what I was asking is, and hopefully I'll get advice from someone, but what should I do with such a small subscriber base if I'm going to be making these videos that I put a lot of effort into and hopefully turn out decently? But he sort of misread it because of some wording issues, but I sent him a second message as a follow-up, and hopefully he'll respond to that to give me some actual advice. But I'm going to hold off on putting those up for a little bit until I gain at least a decent subscriber base of maybe 200. Because once you hit, I feel like 200, obviously it's not massive, it's not anywhere close to 1,000 or 100,000, but it's a sort of milestone where I can feel like I'm posting it to a decent amount of people. So that'll definitely be coming in the future. But as of right now, as I said before, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be posting commentaries, doing something that I enjoy a lot, and bringing you high-quality gameplay, high-quality gameplay with weapons that you won't see too much to bring some continuity in this game. No FAMAS, no 74U, maybe the Commando, not probably too much, but I'll be always looking to use dual submachine guns. Oh, I almost forgot. One thing that I do a lot, like probably more than I should, and I don't really see how I find enjoyment out of it, but one thing I do a lot, and it actually turns out to be an effective tactic, is Ghost Pro Tactical Insertion playing Dead. And I'm sure most of you know you can play Dead in Modern Warfare 2, that's happening why. But Black Ops, they patched that, now you just look like an idiot when you do that. But if you pull out a tactical insertion and get halfway to placing it down, where you just hold down the trigger, you get a fast swap back to your weapons, as well as hardly moving at all, like similarly to Modern Warfare 2. And that becomes an effective tactic. You can camp right next to bomb sites and search and destroy. It's not the most useful for anything other than search and destroy. But you can get cool ninja diffuses, and you can do a lot with that. So I'll be trying to get you a gameplay from that, because I generally do pretty well when people don't see you. So that'll be something that's definitely hasn't been done before, and that'll be nice and original. And I could even start a series out of that. It was just like a Playing Dead series, but I don't know how well that would roll over with, because you really don't move. But that's something I have an idea for. I'm going to be also posting more stuff other than just domination and demolition. I'll try and, wow, that's stupid. I hate the FAMAS, but I'll be trying to be posting more stuff like search and destroy and headquarters. But that's the end of the gameplay. Final score is 200 to 116, 26 kills, 14 but what should have been 13 deaths, 2 captures, 1 defend. If you enjoyed this, comment and rate, that would be appreciated. Maybe even subscribe, and I will see you in my next commentary.